Hua hua. Hua hua. Peace, increase. Peace and increase, and much ahab to the tribe, to the family. Tawada hua. Tawada hua for understanding, for wisdom, for knowledge. Tawada hua for us to be able to see clearly how important it is to gain your perspective, family. How great is it to know that the wave that we have been surfing, you know, that we have emptied our cup and we are now sifting through things and retrieving gems. How when we let the bath water out, we make sure we save the babies. So, wanted to have some music in the background for y'all, but, you know, my computer is being my computer, so that's still not going to stop what the Most High have for me to do. So, I know y'all like what's up with the map. Like, now she got a map of North America right there. Perspective, family. Perspective, family. What do you see? Are you able to see? And if you can, then what do you see? Let me know when you see it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. And you see it? You kind of see it, but you really don't. Oh, you see it? You seen a turtle? Okay. You sure that's what you see? You sure you see a turtle? You sure you see a turtle? You sure you looking at a turtle? Or are you looking? Hold on now. Hold on now. You know. I want you to see this picture too now. The head is facing the opposite direction, but what do you see, family? Excuse me. And how important is perspective? How important is orientation? And that the landmass you are on, family, you are on. You are on. Hold on. Hold on. Landmass you are on is in the shape of a flying dragon. Shape of a flying dragon. Dragon. Dragon energy. Dragon wisdom. Dragon lies. Dragons fighting in wars. Dragons being a companion. Dragons also being guides. I know in my other video when I was listening to it, it sounded like when I was saying, when I was talking about the dragon guides, I was not saying dragon gods, okay? I was saying guides. Okay, so I'm going to find it. Okay, but while I'm right here, we're going to do this. I'm going to take that out. Take that out. And I'm going to start where it says, oops, I'm going to start where it says Christians. Christian tales of saints and dragons. Always pictured the dragon losing, okay? The Christians want people to believe that they have killed dragon power, dragon energy. The Christians, the church, want you to believe that they have killed your dragon energy. But this is not so. They have not, and they will never destroy magic or the wily, elusive dragon. Just like they cannot destroy dragon energy, dragon power, they cannot destroy you. Yes. Yes, my nigga, I'm talking about you. Put the chicken down. Put your phone down. Put that drink down. Whatever is distracting you right now, you know what I'm saying? Because I really need for you to get this. Okay? Really need for you to get this. Okay? It says Christianity in its admiration to hunt down and destroy dragons brought about the end of the common dragon sightings, and these great and knowledgeable beasts withdrew from the physical plane, especially in Britain and Europe, okay? Especially in Britain and Europe, okay? Now, before I go any further in this, we're gonna I didn't pre-do it, so we're gonna do it now so we can move on to what I want to do. Okay, what I want to do. How y'all doing, family? I hope that y'all are still in a stage of reflection, you know, still in a stage of affliction, you know, the Feast of Trumpets, you know, Rosh Hashanah, you know, past, you know, started either between the 21st and the 23rd, you know, so, and then it was a Sabbath, so, some say it started on the 23rd, some, information that I was, looking at, said it stopped on the 23rd. Some said it started on the 23rd. So, but shout out to our brother Jerusalem. You know, he has a video getting into the Most High times, months, and years. So it's very important that y'all go check our brother out. Just gonna do a quick fair use, okay, and then we're going to get right into it, okay. Hold on. Dragon Energy.
Dear Pixie, you asked us, what is Dragon Energy and how can it help us in an ascension process? Dragon Energy can be used to describe many things. For the physical body, this is metaphoric for the raising of the Kundalini grid and upgrading the chakras into the new geometric structure compatible with the light body. Using the symbology of the dragon.
Before I go any further, it was a passage in a book that I read on my last video, where it was talking about the great work, how the Philosopher's Stone and had to do with the dragon, and the great work only meant that humanity would come back full circle with the creator, with the source, you know. Why you still alive, it's not talking about when you die, you know what I'm saying. You would come back to that full connection, you know. So that's basically what I was saying in part 5 when it was cutting off, when I was reading it again after I had explain to y'all exactly how I felt, or you know what I'm saying, about the passage. But also, before I go any further, remember your foundation. Remember your foundation. How you kick the hijacks, okay? Sell for gems and save the babies. Talking about Dragon Energy, y'all.
And moving into hyperspace communication and communion with these elemental life force consciousness structures can aid you in furthering your path into enlightenment and ascension. For enlightenment and ascension are brainwave mappings made manifest in your reality, and the dragon is one such DNA activating memory trigger to activate these brainwave mappings. And the dragon is one such DNA activating memory trigger to activate these brainwave mappings.
Y'all heard that. I'm gonna play it back.
Are brainwave mappings made manifest your path into enlightenment and ascension.
I'm gonna take it back. My bad. I'm gonna take it back.
Communion with these elemental life force consciousness structures can aid you in furthering your path into enlightenment and ascension. For enlightenment and ascension are brainwave mappings made manifest.
Y'all heard that right. Enlightenment and ascension, okay, are brain waves that are in your mind, okay? These are doors, portals that will open up, you know what I'm saying? It's not saying that you are physically going to ascend out of this, off of this plane, and you have the choice to ascend and escape all of this madness and you can go somewhere else, you know. Now, we know when we pass, you know, from us having a soul, we are granted that we can go into a paradise that is prepared for us, you know, but only certain beings can go there, you know, and those are those who have a soul. Okay, so let's get finished. I'm gonna play it back so it can play all the way through. But she says enlightenment, or the AI says enlightenment and ascension are basically doorways, pathways that have been closed off, okay? That have been closed to you, okay? We was talking about that and we read about that in the book, you know what I'm saying? Dancing with Dragons. And Dancing with Dragons, when he said he had to retrain himself. He had to, when he found the door to this dragon energy, not only was it closed, but it was locked. And he said it took him years of experience and training and retraining himself to get back in contact with this dragon energy. But see, when you hear people teach or, you know, talk about this dragon energy and them tapping into this dragon energy and making contacts with and making contact with dragons, I cannot tell you yay or nay they're lying or they're telling the truth, because I have not myself personally connected with a dragon, okay? But what I am learning now sounds just like what I was telling you on my last video, what Yafa Babe was talking about when she said that you would, that an eye would open and it would be a reptilian eye, okay? I mean a serpent eye, right? And I'm thinking it'll be the reptilians, the reptilians, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the only thing that I was thinking about with that type of dimensional energy, you know what I'm saying? That would be, I never even thought about dragons. So let's take it back, because we are just talking about, to all my new subscribers, if this is scaring you, and to all of my old subscribers who feel like, Miss D, you tripping, you always come out bringing something to the light, okay, you always bring something, have us thinking about it, you know, but this is a little far-fetched. Okay, granted, I understand that, but let me tell you this, is that we have been lied to so much through generations that we were murdered. You know what I'm saying? It was a genocide to kill us, so our elders, so we could not pass the knowledge on, so we couldn't tell the truth to our progeny, to our children, to our blessing. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't do that, so they can have control over our children and feed them what they wanted to. But even though, if you really look of our nation as the people of Shem's children, there was always a group of his children looking for the truth, questioning things, being childlike by always asking why. Like my son tell me all the time. He always tell me, like, Ma, I got a hypothesis. Da 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 da. Ma, this is my hypothesis. Da 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 da. This was before my baby even got in school. When he was like 3, he started telling me about his hypothesis. He just tell it, that was his word to say what he think. You know what I'm saying? This is what he was thinking at that time, you know. And he was like, it might not be right, but we can see, you know. I wasn't talking to my son about, you know what I'm saying, in no grave detail about the scientific method and this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? But when he was 3 or 4, this was his vocabulary with me. This was his understanding. And I'm like, where you get the word hypothesis from? My brain told me. Oh, okay. Like one day I was taking him to school. I know this off track, but I'm going to tell you. People say children don't know what's going on. But if you really observe a child and listen to a child, you'll be surprised by the things they tell you. I was taking my son to school. He had been acting up for a minute in school for a couple of weeks, so he's on punishment. Did the whole spiel, had to take everything. So when I gave everything back, and he was doing good in school, I was taking him to school one day, and I just locked the door. We was walking around, you know what I'm saying? We was walking out the house. I just locked the door. We was walking to the car. And he like, Ma. I'm like, yeah, man. He like, he like, he was like, there's bad spirits, right? And I stopped in my tracks. You know what I'm saying? I stopped. And I said, what you say? He said, yeah, Ma, it's bad spirits. And these bad spirits can't get in your body and make you do stuff. Now I'm looking at him dumbfounded. That's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, I was in church. My baby had to be like, this was his first year. Well, he had got out of pre, so he was in first grade. And I said, yeah, Xavier, that's true. You know what I'm saying? But you know what we learn, right? And what I always tell you. And he was like, yeah, it's always good to keep, God on your heart, because if you filled up with God, if you filled up with God, then the devil can't, bad stuff, can't get in you. The devil can't make you do nothing. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, Xavier, who told you that? I'm like, where you get that? I'm laughing now. I'm like, Xavier, where you get that from? Who told you that? And he started laughing. He said, my brain told me. My son has been telling me and my mother things, me and my family things, since like 2.5, going on 3, And when you ask him who told him this, because it's very intelligent and wise, a little child to say these things to you, and it's he talking about something that, even though it interacts physically, is on a spiritual level. You know what I'm saying? Some adults can't even have that conversation with you. So we not gonna sit here and play like I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? You can't even talk to an adult about some spiritual things on the spiritual level. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start talking about that, they don't want to talk about that. All they do is want to talk about Jesus and how good he is, this, that, and the third, and the other. But we know that's a hijack. So how you kick? Okay? So yeah, so listen to the children, yours and the ones around you. Because you never know what they trying to tell you. The Most High has revealed to them. So please pay attention to our children, because this is what we are doing this for. We are doing this for our progeny. We are doing this for our people, because we know that we are making the decision now to get ourselves in order and to get our family in order, to get our house in order, because the Most High is calling us, Tawahwa is calling us to gather together, to gather together. And these things that's going on, you know what I'm saying? Don't get wrapped up in everything you see in the news, okay? Don't let this stuff, all this fear, consume you, that you forget what you are doing, you forget your foundation, and you revert back into a fearful mentality. I am asking y'all, do not do that. Do not do that. Since this president, he's not my president, I didn't vote. Since this president has been in office, it has been so much drama. This dude is as petty can get, and y'all put this man in office. I wasn't gonna vote for him, because all I seen was it was a comedy show that was televised to the world. You know what I'm saying? A comedy show. But they say you always get what you pay for, right? You always get what you pay for. So, hua, Hua hua.
Moving into hyperspace communication and communion with these using the symbology of the dragon and moving into hyperspace communication and communion with these elemental life force consciousness structures can aid you in furthering your path into enlightenment and ascension. For enlightenment and ascension are brainwave mappings made manifest in your reality, and the dragon is one such DNA activating memory trigger to activate these brainwave mappings. This can be done through meditation, dream time, and other energy memory trigger to activate these brainwave mappings.
The dragon is a sign or a symbol of memory. Of memory. What do we need to remember? Then the Most High said that He would give us back our knowledge. He would give us back what we have lost. What do we need to remember, family? What do we need to remember? I'll take it back. I'm going to let it play. I'm going to let it play. The dragon, man. The Drakhan. Made for the Khan. Show companion.
In your reality. And the dragon is one such DNA activating memory trigger to activate these brainwave mappings.
DNA brainwave mappings.
This can be done through meditation, dream time, and other energy workings. There are many that work with dragon energy on your own.
Getting back connected to your creator. Get back connected to the source. Leave all these niggas in the middle, all these middlemen. Leave them alone. Tell them niggas you know to plug yourself. Tell them niggas you know the source. You know the source. That's what you tap into. Only tap into the true frequency. Because when it boils down to, we talking about energy, frequency, and vibration. 432 is order, frequency. Get out of the chaotic distortion of 440 because they have disturbed us all the way to the atomic level. To the atomic level. My nigga, we talking Nagalace. Okay? We talking about a mechanism that was placed in you at birth. Now it's being placed in the mothers while they're carrying you. Why? To stop your natural reproduction of healing. It's cutting off your supernatural abilities. So even if they're keeping you around, you are still being cut off. You are being cut off on an atomic level. We only need the source, family. Everything else ain't nothing but hurdles. Ain't nothing but stumbling blocks. We only talking about energy, frequency, and vibration. We only talking about the firmer and the shaper. your mother and your father, the one who provided her body for you, who carried you. You came up out the earth. For a while that molded at you and breathed life in you. He breathed himself in you so you can become a living soul, not a living spirit, not a living being, but a living soul. A living soul is immortal. A living soul is everlasting. Everlasting. The source is everlasting. You come from the source.
Earth dimension today, and those that use dragon energy for healing practices, and those that work with the magical dragon archetypes through the tarot will know and understand of which we speak. For the student of dragon energy is usually called by the dragon, yet there are those young warriors of light who choose to experience all and everything within your realm. And whilst this is not currently possible within the fullest physical sense, it can indeed be embraced on an energy, astral, hyperdimensional space level. And these...
Check. Not check. We'll check and pause. You know what I'm saying? Pause because of what she said, and check because it's checkmate, right? These people can only connect with the dragon through the astral plane, right? They cannot physically see the dragon. They meditate and they can see the dragon. That's what they say. I don't know. I cannot confirm nor deny. I don't know. But they say they can experience the energy and everything like that. So, but are you able to physically see the dragon? Would the dragon reveal itself to you? Because what I found out about dragons is that dragons rock in clans. Dragons rock in tribes. Dragons are tribal. The creator is tribal. And his people is tribal. These connections with these dragons, man. Well, let's take it back to what she said. Let's take it back, why don't we? Hoo-wah, hoo-wah. Hoo-wah, hoo-wah.
It can indeed be embraced on an energy, astral, hyperdimensional space level.
Hyperdimensional
and these young
space
light
level.
warriors will choose dragon energy to experience and work with. It is a male path, or pathway within the male yang energies. This does not mean that incarnated females cannot work with dragon energy, quite the opposite. It is the incarnated female who blends well with her higher archetypal guidance as the male dragon. Yet it is the male aspect that is utilized and indeed balanced when dragon energy is worked within the unity consciousness or service to others vibration. For the incarnated male, the dragon energy can be utilized through work with fire, earth. For the incarnated male, the dragon energy can be utilized through work with fire, earth, water, air, vibration. For the incarnated male, the dragon within the unity consciousness or service to others vibration.
The unity consciousness. Unity consciousness.
For the incarnated male,
Are we unified?
the dragon energy can
Are
be
we in
utilized
a collective
through work
unity?
with fire, earth, water, air, and and nature elements very well. Many ancient trees hold the dragon energy within. This is another...
Ancient trees hold dragon energy within. So is she talking about ancient trees as in like, you know, the red trees, the big red cedar trees in California? Or is she when she referred to ancient trees, is she talking about the quote unquote mountains that we think are mountains but are really tree stumps? Silica tree stumps. You know, they have I ain't even gonna say that word. I'm gonna mess it up. Okay. But Hua, for dragon energy dwells in ancient trees.
The way to explain dragon energy through the kundalini of the earth. Dragon symbology flows through the sacred places on earth. Dragons guard the stargates and protect the portals into the 0-point fields. Many dragons exist and live within ancient England and in other sacred places throughout Europe, even the inner cities throughout the world, the built-up areas of high population hold dragon energies within. The metaphor here is the high frequency, high ground, light concentration within the Earth's grid. The raising of Earth's frequency, many of you within the scientific expression know as the Schumann resonance. This indeed is the dragon of Mother Earth, the female dragon personified within a consciousness structure of nurturing, protection, fertility.
He said the Schumann, right? So I just got Schumann, Charmin, like the Charmins. Schumann, Charmin, Shemsman, or Shemskin. 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 Wow. Okay.
Resonance. This indeed is the dragon of Mother Earth, the female dragon personified within a consciousness structure of nurturing, protection, fertility, sexuality, love, and expansion. There are those within the scientific thought process that understand the geometry and the mathematics of the land, the cosmos, and the conduits of life. These individuals create the mathematical grid workings, shifting timelines, and indeed creating worlds, often unbeknown to their physical selves, and the mathematics of the land.
Let me take that back. I want y'all to hear it.
There are those within the scientific thought process that understand the geometry and the mathematics of the land, the cosmos, and the conduits of life. These are
the conduits, the people, the natural people. Copper is a great conduit, okay? The geometry, sacred geometry, the Most High's geometry, okay? Numerology, his numbers, okay? And then what did they do with all of this knowledge that was not theirs, that they hijacked? They said scientific, right? They steady trying to disprove Hawaii, but in every aspect prove Hawaii, and still refute they findings.
individuals create the mathematical gridmatics of the land, the cosmos, and the conduits of life.
I'm gonna take it back.
Love and expansion.
I'm gonna be quiet.
There are those within the scientific